Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how you can do 2-look PLL. So let's get right into it. So last week I came out with a video on showing you how to do 2-look OLL in 5 minutes, which was basically just 10 algorithms you had to learn to do OLL. And 2-look PLL is basically the same thing. You just need to learn 6 algorithms for this step and use 2 of them to solve the whole PLL step. So how it works is, for example, I insert this last pair and then I recognize this bar case, so I do the algorithm to solve this bar. And then I do one more algorithm to solve the rest of OLL. And then I recognize this case for 2-look PLL, and how this works is I do one algorithm to solve the corners like this. And then what I do is I do one more algorithm to solve the edges. Just like that. And that's 4 algorithms to solve all the last layer. So there's only 6 2-look PLL algorithms, which makes it a lot easier to memorize. And once you learn 2-look PLL, I'd recommend learning full PLL, which I have a video on my channel about. It will be linked in the description along with the 2-look OLL video. So the first cases we need to learn are the ones that solve the corners. And for this case, this is a diagonal swap because as you can see, there's no bars or headlights because on each of the sides, there's no corners that match. So we need to swap these two. And how you do this is you do a Y perm that goes like this. It's F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime, just like that. Then a sexy move, which is R, U, R prime, U prime, and then a sledgehammer. And that solves all the corners just like that. And that should get you to an edge case. Now for swapping 2 corners, as you can see, we have the bar of headlights over here. So that's what we recognize. And for the diagonal swap, you didn't really need to position it anywhere. But for this, you need to make sure the bar is on the left. Now you can use many algorithms. For this case, you can use J or T or R or any of the other ones if you know them, or A. But I'm just going to teach you the T permutation for this case. When you have the headlights on the left side, you do this algorithm. R, U, R prime, U prime, R prime, F, R2, U prime, R prime, U prime, R, U, R prime, F prime. Just like that, and that solves all the corners. Now let's get into the edge cases. So if you have these 3 edges, and they need to be rotated in this direction just like this, this is called the UA permutation, and it goes like this. M2, then you do a U, then you do an M move just like that with the push, then you do a U2, M prime, then you do a U, and then you do another M2 flick just like that. Now for the UB, which looks like this, where the edges need to go in this direction like that, how you do this one goes like this. You do the same M2, but instead of doing a flick like that, what you need to do is you need to do a push move just like that, then you do an M, then you do a U2, M prime, then you do a push, M2, just like that. So you need to remember which way the cycles go and how you do your U moves when doing the U permutations. The next one we have up is the H permutation, and that is this case where you need to swap these 2 edges and these 2 edges. So it's basically they're swapping opposite of each other, and it goes like this. It's M2, U, M2, U2, M2, U, M2, just like that. And it can be executed very fast like this. The next one we have up is the Z permutation, and that's when you need to swap these 2 adjacent edges and these 2 adjacent edges. And how you do that is you do M2, U, M2, U, then you do an M prime, U2, M2, U2, M prime, just like that. And that swaps the 2 adjacent edges right here and right here. So those are all 6 algorithms you need to learn for 2-look PLL, and since PLL requires less algorithms, there are less algorithms to learn for 2-look PLL. Now there are 21 total PLL algorithms, which I would recommend learning all the PLL algorithms before you learn all the OLL algorithms, so that will be easier for you. Now like I said before, if you have this case where, for example, you have an adjacent corner swap like that, but you use a different algorithm, don't hesitate on using that unless you want to learn a new algorithm, of course. But if you instead use the A permutation just like this, don't hesitate and make sure to use the algorithm that you already know, because that would help it out a lot. And the same thing goes for U perms. If you use the RU U perm, that goes like this. Make sure to use that and not the one that I just showed you, since you already know it. So if you already know some algorithms that do the same thing, make sure to use those too. I just chose the algorithms that I used in this video because those are the best and quickest and easiest to learn for those specific cases. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. So all the links to the videos that I mentioned will be in the description, and you can find the 2-look OLL and full PLL video in the description, so make sure to check those out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe, and also comment the algorithms and thoughts that you have down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.